Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload, and today it's a game between ArchangeL and NightEnD on Mech Depot, the latter edition. In the top right-hand corner of the map, it is the blue Protoss player NightEnD from Izimba. And in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, it is the red Terran player ArchangeL. Alright, so a PvT here, replay sent to me by Wardy. Wardy.tv, link is in the description. He is an amazing asset for all StarCraft 2 fans. Probe scouting is NightEnD. I wish Terran and Zerg probe scouted, well, drone and SCV scouted more often, because that would save them a lot of grief. I know I told this story before, but Special is down 1-0 against a Zerg player. I forget if it was Sue or Rogue. And he doesn't SCV scout. The Zerg player goes one base, Roach Ravager, and crushes him because he wasn't prepared. I just feel like if you're on that stage, and a loss means you're down 2-0 in a best of 3 or a best of 5 I believe it was at the time, then scouting, even though it might cost you a little bit of mining time, a little bit of resources, a little bit of an advantage at the start of your game, I feel like it's worth it. I really feel like it does. Okay, so our Terran player has been scouted. It is not a Reaper, unfortunately, but it is a Marine instead. Back home, it's a 1-Rax expand. That second gas is just now coming up for NightEnD. Got a Cybercore on the way here too. And this probe just wants to see is when's the expansion? Where's the expansion from ArchangeL? The answer is there's not one yet. This is a 1-baser, 1 barracks into 1 factory with 1 gas on it with no expansion whatsoever here. He did not kill that SCV, did he? Did he win that SCV fight? No, okay. Something happened up here where it flashed. Maybe it was just a battle. And there's your expansion. So a little bit late from ArchangeL here. Not crazy super late. It's not a 1-1-1. Or it's a barracks factory, a starport here, but instead it's a barracks factory expansion from ArchangeL, which is very interesting. We'll have to see what exactly happens here with that one. Probe checking to see, is there proxy stuff I need to worry about? No, there's not, because a mothership core out very quickly, and it's going to be a robotics facility here inside the main base for NightEnD. So let's see what that's going to be for him. Very interested to see what he goes with that one. Disruptors, obviously probably going to be detection at this point in time, because that is a Widow Mine coming from ArchangeL. And there is that starport eventually coming in here. So it's going to be Widow Mine drops, and either you need Revelation off of an Oracle to detect, or you need Observers to detect that. So I imagine that's what's going to be. First thing from the robotic facility is going to be an Observer. And that's something they're talking about changing in StarCraft on the test map, is making so that once Widow Mines fire, they are no longer detected, or no longer not detected. I guess no longer burrowed and cloaked is the better way to express that. So in a situation where it's PvT, Widow Mines drop in here, maybe they fire on something, but then they're visible, and you can clean them up with normal stuff. Whereas in this case, Protoss are basically forced to get detection in the early stages of the game, because this is an option. They're forced to go down the tech path of robotics facility first, and then go for something else, which really just tells the Terran player what they need, you know, what they need to worry about, what they need to prepare for. It's going to be Marines and a Widow Mine from ArchangeL. Got 5 Marines swinging on out inside that Medivac along with a single Widow Mine. So it's not quite exactly a Widow Mine drop 100%, but still going to be something that this Observer is going to be very, very nice to have for. And indeed, there is an Observer out. Swinging on by 2 Observers. Good golly, he really wants this with some Hellion attacks possible at the front here. So NightEnd's going to have to split up his units to deal with this one. Photon Overcharge should be enough to handle the Marines. Got pylons in good places here inside the main. And actually, Stalkers stabbing away at this Medivac. First of all, Hellions do get inside this mineral line, picking off a couple of those probes. Thank goodness the game hard interface has been loaded on this replay. And here comes the other, well, the drop. The one drop sneaking on into this mineral line. Widow Mine burrowing. Photon Overcharge does not kill it, but good job moving one probe out there, as it only fires and kills a single probe. Mothership core is getting target fire down by the Marines, and it does go down. Not before getting another Photon Overcharge up here. Hellions just roasting away drone probes here in the natural base. That is 9 probes down. Marines are still alive here inside the main. This Widow Mine wants to fire on something. The Stalkers are able to chase away the Marines and the Medivac there. And the Widowmine's going to fire again. Does NightEnD know this? Is he paying attention? He doesn't really seem to be. But he only loses another couple there. That could have been a lot worse. Again, the placement of the Widowmine doesn't exactly lend itself to major attacks, major hits. If you want that, you want to be closer to the inside or just the outside of the main portion of this mineral line. New Mothership Core is out. Getting charge for his Zealots is NightEnD, and ArchangeL going for 2 more gases off the 2 he already has. Third command center being built inside his main base. Is going additional barracks. It's going to be bio all the way. These Marines, man, still trying to do stuff here. Widowmine firing and killing a Stalker here inside the main base of NightEnD. That Widowmine doing great for itself. It's got 4 kills. Of all the number of observers out on the field, I am shocked. It is still alive here, to be honest. Cyclone tried to push. Stalkers got rid of that fairly easily. Marines really want to kill that Mothership Core. Doesn't have enough energy to protect itself with a photon overcharge. And maybe going to try to kill a couple of probes here, too. They get 3. Hot diggity. 15 probes killed in the first 5.5, 6 minutes of this game. Widowmine firing again. And that's 18 probes. 18 probes down. It is 46 to 40 harvesters. Our Terran player is up, which is no surprise to anybody who's been watching or listening to the game so far. NightEnD, not super deterred, is going for a 3rd Nexus south here of the natural base. Going to try to keep up with that macro. Try to catch up with the macro. I mean, really not much else has been super effective. I guess that Hellion attack was really good for ArchangeL here. So just so far so good from ArchangeL. Really don't have anything to criticize him about. Who does he play for? Looks like gplay.bg? Gplay. Never actually heard of them before, but ArchangeL, if he's a representative, he's a good player. Observer flies into the natural, gets killed with a detection on the missile turret, as well as these other dudes. And when behind, ladies and gentlemen, Dark Shrine. NightEnD is getting that Dark Shrine here at the natural base. Additional getting +1/+1 for his gateway units and a Templar Archives. So he's getting Storm. All right, so we want Storm and Dark Templar, or possibly just Storm and Archons. One of the 2 here, or possibly all the things. And all these things are great. Any splash damage against a Bio-Terran player is going to be extremely useful. You'll never regret having the ability to kill large groups of these guys with a single spell or a single cast or something like that. Armory coming up here too for ArchangeL. At this point, likely just going to be for additional upgrades down the path. Not likely to see anything like Hellbats or anything that needs vehicle or ship upgrades. Would be surprised if that was the case. Indeed, it is going to be High Templar warping in here for our Protoss player. 3rd base is up, and I'm not entirely sure. ArchangeL does not know it exists. Whereas NightEnD scouting is a little bit better. He knows the 3rd base exists for ArchangeL. He knows it is safe to take that 3rd there. So High Templar are not morphing themselves into Archons. He wants that for Storm. And I think the Dark Shrine is going to be for Dark Templar. Actually, where did he build that Dark Shrine? Did he cancel the Dark Shrine? Doesn't have it. Not in production. Looks like he canceled the Dark Shrine. So High Templar into Archons. High Templar for Storm is generally how you want to do this thing. Guys dancing around. Stalkers always look like they're dancing. A bit of a push coming in from ArchangeL. Going to scan and see what they're in for. They see a million High Templar and immediately retreat. Feedback's really, really good against these medevacs. Storm's going to be amazing too. Some Stalkers, some Sentries for Guardian Shield. All the things y'all want if you're going against a meching player. I like to see NightEnD doing this. I really do. Ghost Academy and a Fusion Core being built by ArchangeL. So we'll have to see if he goes... I mean, Fusion Core is not likely for battle cruisers, but still possibly could be. And nukes possible too here. Coming in, does actually take down the whatever was building there. Another robotics facility trying to be built here at the 3rd base, and ArchangeL retreating fully from that place, knowing he has incurred the wrath of the Protoss army. Guardian Shield goes up a little bit prematurely, but better early compared to never. Observer does scout this army out. If this was Beyond, he would see this Observer, scan it, and kill it, but ArchangeL not quite there yet. His map awareness and his recognition of what's going on is not present. Advanced ballistics on the way. That's what Fusion Core was for. And 3 ghosts at a time for ArchangeL 2. Feedbacks on all those medevacs and getting some nice storms off. Blinking forward. Trying to chase these dudes. They are all very low on energy. Overstimmed. The medevacs are just super blitzed. This medevac is down to 1 hit point. 1 hit point. 4th base warping in for NightEnD down south. An attack coming up north here from ArchangeL. Going to try to see what they can do. Possibly checking to see if their base out here in this location? No, then we'll go into the natural, see what damage can be done there. Pushing on, actually not going for that, going for the third, where there is a big warping of Zealots with charge, getting right on top of these dudes, killing a couple of the Marauders, but also getting murdered very quickly at the same time. Oh, the storms are just gorgeous, though. Absolutely amazing storms there. Medevac first to pick up the remaining units, 2 Marauders and a Marine. Drop them here at the natural base. Colossus are out for NightEnD as well. Extended Thermal Lance is not quite done yet, mind you, and that drop is cleaned up very nicely. A couple more probes die, but, you know, NightEnd's actually up 77 to 71 Harvesters, despite the fact that no SCVs have been killed so far in this game. Impressive. We've got 3,000 resources lost for ArchangeL compared to 2,700 from NightEnD. So despite all the stuff that he's lost, he's doing okay in the big picture. Stargate, first one of the day for NightEnD. ArchangeL's got his 4th base on the way to the right of where his 3rd base is planted here, holding Zelnaga Watchtower. Got a missile turret next to there too. I like that idea. Just in case an observer flies by, or, you know, why not? Why not have a missile turret out in the middle of the map? Sounds reasonable. NightEnD moving out with Colossus, High Templar, Stalkers, Sentries, and Zealots. Did I say Zealots already? I don't know. Widowmine. And does he have detection? He doesn't have an observer with this army. That's crazy talk. Why don't you have an observer with this army, dude? How many do you have? 3? Well, he uses a Sonic Storm to take out Widowmine. Phew, +2 ship weapons being researched by ArchangeL, but getting 3 Liberators at a time, getting so many Ghosts. He has 3 already, he's got 2 more on the way. Bit of an attack up here, Widowmine dropping on the high ground and on this ramp for ArchangeL. Where's the detection? Is there? Oh, there's an observer right here. So these Widowmines, unfortunately, not going to get any kills. Bad news for ArchangeL there, but interesting attempt regardless. 72 to 77 Harvesters. And a bit of an attack. Small group of Marines and Marauders coming up here. Just bad place to be. Wrong place, wrong time, man. Outkicked your coverage a little bit. Got ahead of the medevacs, got ahead of the rest of the army, and pulling back to the safety of this 4th base location where there is, in fact, a planetary fortress. +3/+3 on the way for NightEnD for his gateway units. Fantastic upgrade timings. 12 minutes and 20 seconds. And those are already on the way. Fleet Beacon for NightEnD. Could he be going carriers? Against Terran is not usually a great idea. But what else do you want it for here? An Ion Pulse Crystal upgrade for Phoenix. Do you want it for upgrades for air stuff? Of which you don't have any right now. 9 High Templar. Hi caramba. EMPs on these Templar will be ridiculously good if ArchangeL can land them. Let's see if we can here. Attacking into these rocks. Liberators setting up defender mode circles, as they are all about. Hallucinating Phoenix says, oh yes. Look at all these baseballs getting thrown down here. NightEnD, I'm not going to, no, I'm not going in there. Not even if you ask me to very, very nicely. Zealot attack up here at what looks like it's going to be a 5th base for ArchangeL, but there's only refineries here, no actual base. So the refineries are going to die, which... minor problem, I guess, for the Terran player. Hallucinated Phoenix in there again. Zealots scouting this drop. Everything drops to deal with these Zealots, which is nuts. Zealots up here at the 3rd base. Still causing some troubles, trying to hack on through here. The army high ground storming on all over these SCVs. 12 SCVs killed. The Liberators do show up and don't actually get any hits off. Zealots still alive at the 3rd, finally getting cleaned on up, but that was 12 dead SCVs. 77 to 59 total Harvesters. ArchangeL is down and in a lot of trouble. Marines, Marauders coming on into NightEnd's 4th base, though. There is nothing here. Oh, canceling the warping of Zealots. And another warping canceled. Good target firing from ArchangeL. Gonna lose that 4th base entirely as NightEnD. All these probes are running for their lives. They're kind of trapped in a corner, but Stalkers from the backside trying to blink on in, get rid of these medevacs. First of all, not really worried about the rest of the stuff. And then the Colossus joining on in to get rid of the army once their evacuation method and healing method is gone. So it's 182 to 163 supply. Did lose his 4th base to NightEnD, but he delayed, well, I don't know if he actually delayed this 5th base or not, but perhaps 6th base done for ArchangeL just outside of his main down this ramp. And indeed a 5th base for NightEnD done too to the left of his 3rd. So ArchangeL trying to out-macro his opponent so far. Oh, Tempest for NightEnD. I always forget about Tempest. That's because I think I don't agree with Tempest. against Liberators. It's hard. I understand it's a difficult thing, Protoss players. I get it. But man, just this rate of fire is slow. They don't do any bonus damage versus Liberators. And these Vikings are coming out for Archangel 2 that do extra damage and have a lot of range against Tempest. It's just bad. The High Templar haven't really found their sweet spot. Look at all of these Liberators. It's 13 Liberators, 8 Marauders, and 26 Marines. It is so many Liberators right now. It's almost worth it to go into Carrier. Honestly, there's not much real anti-air. Some Vikings, I suppose. Small group of Marines and Marauders snuck their way into the right side of the map and got murdered by the majority of NightEnd's army. +3 ship weapons being researched by Archangel. That's amazing. 15 minutes in, working on +3 for air weapons is not something you see every day. And NightEnd has just been really unable to engage anywhere that he wants to. I mean, yeah, he had a nice little harassment up top here. Hang on, am I? Yes. I always forget. When I cast with Gauntlet, I go windowed full screen instead of just regular full screen. So my pop-ups show up. Okay, they should go away. Sorry about that. Right. That was weird. Did it start another one? Is this actually recording? I'm really worried. All right, so NightEnd coming on in. There we go. Colossus Liberator circles just mean get out. That's exactly what they mean, get out. EMPs were tossed down on those High Templar. You can see them down there with very low energy. Tempest trying to get rid of these Liberators, but there are just so many of them. And if they had armor upgrades, it would be a little bit more difficult, but they do not. High-sec auto-tracking and building armor being researched by Archangel right now. That's insane. That's insanity. Goodbye, Liberators. I mean, if you want to come in one at a time, sure. That's going to be good for the Protoss player. And there we go. Another one down. Another one bites the dust. Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites the dust. Dun, 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 dun. Trying to come in again with this little Viking Liberator army just not working out super well. Oracle getting shot at. Vikings getting destroyed after getting a single shot off on these Tempests. This dance has been very interesting. Liberator has shown up at NightEnd's natural base. Stalker and Cannon get rid of that. Start to show up at, and I mean, there are bases here, but there are also cannons. So this Liberator assault gets 2 probes when all is said and done here. It's not exactly incredible. It's good effort though. Oh, trying to come in EMP on everything. Get some nice EMPs off, but overextending a little bit, losing a couple ghosts. In the process, both players are maxed out. More EMPs going down on all of these armies. A lot of Marines dying, just too many Colossus here. Nice eclectic build here from NightEnd compositionally. High Templar gonna throw down those storms. The storms are there. Archangel was hoping he'd gotten the High Templar with the EMPs, but they were not part of that group at all. The Vikings are a huge problem for these Colossus, though. All the Colossus are gone, but all that's left for Archangel are a couple Liberators and some Vikings. Stalker's trying to get rid of all of these Vikings. First of all, Storms are pretty good against them. Both players down big time in supply after that engagement. 147 to 150 total supply. Whoa, NightEnd just got a lot more supply. 168 for him now. Liberator has 1 kill up here at NightEnd's 6th base. Again, just outside of his main. Down the cliff here. Vikings flying around for Archangel, trying to see what they can see. A lot of cannons up for NightEnd at this 4th base. And honestly, who can blame him? I don't know that I can. He essentially lost a lot of stuff here just a while ago. More Tempests. Getting some Immortal. Getting some Colossus here is the NightEnd. Vikings are going to land and try to kill. There's some nice cannons in this mineral line here at this 4th base. Maybe you move on. Maybe you move on. Maybe you don't get killed by Blink Stalker, as you were very close to having happen to you. Yeah, no armor upgrades on those guys, whereas the Stalkers have +3 attack upgrades. So, not a good place to be if you're a Viking pilot, is what I'm trying to say. Archangel possibly going to go for a 7th. Up in the top left-hand corner here, if he can pull it off. He's got enough minerals to do it. Just not sure if it's something he wants to do. You know what I mean? I know what you mean. The Vikings are going to try to possibly land in here. Ooh, High Templar. Here for defense, strangely enough. And that works out. Storm gets rid of the Vikings pretty easily. They were pretty injured already, so that helps. Oracle coming on back home after, did you try to throw it on Revelation possibly? I don't know. Archangel takes the 7th base down to the bottom section of the map. Technically, I think this is on NightEnd's side. If you break it down kind of from the top right to the bottom left, diagonally across the map there. Seems like a possibility. Stalker Colossus, Immortal, Tempest against Marine Marauder. Small Marine Marauder group here for ArchangeL. Again, getting ahead of his guys a little bit and losing the medevacs and all of their friends too. Meanwhile, another small Marine Marauder group here for ArchangeL, trying to high ground harass this fifth. Good blanket storms all over these dudes, but not enough, quite enough to kill the Marauders. However, oh, stormed himself to death. Did that High Templar, bad news. But most of the High Templar did survive the assault. Nevertheless, a lot of energy dead, but better energy than units. That's what I always say. 200 190 supply, NightEnD is ahead. Vehicle plating level 1 finally completed for ArchangeL. He has enough air stuff that I feel like it's worth it, and he apparently agrees. So again, Liberator, Viking, not a lot of Marines, not a lot of Ghosts from ArchangeL. It's a very strange composition. He's got 76 workers compared to 69 for NightEnD. Marauders trying to sneak on in and kill everything at NightEnd's 4th base with some Marine support here. Baba. Baba. Storm standing, and the storm is enough to kill everybody but one of these Marauders, and Stalkers finish that guy off entirely. Blah. Blah, he says. ArchangeL's 7th base happily running 8th base in the top left-hand corner, running 2. Just for macro style, I feel like ArchangeL has a pretty darn good advantage at this stage of the game. It's 25,000 resources lost for ArchangeL compared to 17,000 for NightEnD. So NightEnd's engagements have been better. That's really inarguable right now. It's just more stuff is being made by ArchangeL. Vikings just absolutely getting massacred here. Plus 2 shield upgrades for NightEnD, which benefits everything he's got, so it doesn't really seem like a problem. EMPs on all the stuff. Trying to, let's get the EMP off on most of the High Templar there. Oh, and now he's going to push on in. This is beautiful EMP usage out of ArchangeL. Immortals on the ground. There's really not much for them to focus on. Ghosts not getting murdered, running away here. Liberator setting up shop right on NightEnd's 5th base. There are a couple cannons here, but what are they to fully upgraded Marines and Marauders? And by that I mean, are they fully upgraded yet? They are. They're fully upgraded. Of course they are at this stage of the game, at this level of the game. But NightEnD does manage to hold mostly with Tempest attacks. Stalkers here too, Zealots, Immortals, and pulling back is ArchangeL, but NightEnD doesn't want to let him go. ArchangeL being the aggressor once again, just trying to get volleys off on these Tempests, just doing amazingly. Storms on all of the things though. Oh man, just eating the storms. With just for the chance of taking down a Tempest here is ArchangeL thus far, and it's been really, really good news. Really, really great for him. Liberators on the ground. Colossus and Stalker and Vikings. Oh my! Colossus definitely going down. Too many Vikings for that. High Templar joining the party. Are there enough of them? Is the question. Landing the Vikings to fight against these Stalkers. Beautiful play as they do get bonus damage against mechanical units. Zealots might be a better choice, and yes, indeed, NightEnD is warping in some Zealots here. These High Templar don't have enough for Storm quite yet. They're forced to retreat and abandon this 5th base entirely. Probes going to transfer down to a base in the bottom right-hand corner. That is NightEnd's 7th base of his. But again, we're working at 8 for ArchangeL right now. And there goes that 5th base. NightEnD just loses it entirely. And immediately replaced too. Pretty big engagement here. Just mostly Stalkers with some High Templar. Getting some storms off on that bio. Trying to get those Vikings too. Cannon shots from the south. Trying to make this thing happen. This is a really scrappy, really interesting compositional game. These players are doing things you don't usually see in PvT, and I like it. I like a lot of what we're seeing here. ArchangeL trying to attack on in to this 4th base. Backside assault, though, from NightEnD. Stalker just blinking on top of everything. APM for these guys, 350 right now for ArchangeL, 360 for NightEnD. These guys are playing as hard as they can during these engagements, and you can definitely tell. NightEnD is maxed out, 197 supply. ArchangeL sitting at 147, but part of that is the extra 10 workers that he has as compared to NightEnD, which he doesn't really need because mules are great. Mules are actually very, very good. Are we going to see every base on this map taken? So far, only one has been left. This one in the very top top leftish side of the map, which I think is technically ArchangeL's, but he decided to put a base on the right side here instead, and he's going to pay the price for that. This is easily accessed by NightEnD. And yep, Stalkers, you can lift off Orbital Command, but there's nowhere really to go when there are Tempests and Stalkers around. Whee! Oh, that piece fell in the water and sunk in. That was great. That was some really fun physics. One of the things I like about StarCraft. And ArchangeL's taking it. He is taking the final base here on Mech Depot. NightEnD warping in Nexus, the place where he just destroyed the base of ArchangeL's. And looks like we're even across the map here. We got 7 bases to 7 bases. And it's split right down the middle. Oh, he did cancel. He did cancel because he saw these guys coming. So he has the Selnaga watchtower. Just caught a glimpse of these dudes moving in here. They're going to march down to this bottom right-hand corner base of NightEnD and go to town on these cannons. But there's attack up north here, too. ArchangeL's attempt at going for his own new 7th is going to lose. There's a bit of a trade. The cannons are okay for NightEnD down here. He's not warping anything in because he's maxed out. Is this going to be a base raise type scenario where he just says, fine, you know what? You want to go ahead and take out one of my bases? I'm just going to push and murder all of your things. Oh, this base on the top left-hand corner is so vulnerable right now. These guys are still alive. Marines Marauders, just no chance against 4 Colossus. Fully upgraded Colossus. Everyone. EMP's helping immensely with that, though. Still casting those off. Our ArchangeL's Ghosts. Marauders with Liberator support back here. Can the Stalkers hit that Liberator? Can they not get her? Maybe right here. Maybe right here. Get up here. Oh, this should not be happening. Should not be happening with this Liberator. Really going to town in this bottom right-hand corner base right now. I feel like NightEnD can push down this ramp and kill 2 bases pretty easily. I guess he wants to more engage with this army. EMP's all over that Oracle. No revelation for you. No, sir. Oh, okay. Liberator came closer and Stalkers were finally able to clear her out. So Ghosts all standing in the same position in the same direction. Well, everybody but this guy and this guy. They're a bit of rebels. Bit of rebels, if you know what I mean. Coming in from the top side is NightEnD. Taking off Vikings from distance. Ghost taking a lot of damage too, but not actually dying. Are there really no medevacs right now? There's 1 medevac for ArchangeL. This is crazy what he's trying to do. And he's getting a nuke. Oh, he's going to try to nuke NightEnd's army. Let's see if that works out. Sensor Tower, no. Viking, no. Marines, no. Ghosts, better. EMP's on everything. NightEnD going for it. He mad. Nope, he's pulling back. Every time I think he's going to do this thing, he retreats. He's just trying to save bases is what he's doing here. So he did take a base up where he has 8 bases and ArchangeL has 7. Liberator gone. Storm all over these Marauders here as well. Stalkers versus SCV line versus Planetary Fortress. Not as good. Cloaked Ghosts thinking they can do stuff. I have seen more EMPs in this game than I feel like I've seen in the entire rest of the year 2017 combined. This is fantastic out of ArchangeL. I really love it. Fully upgraded Zealots going after this Planetary Fortress. I mean, maybe? There aren't enough of you, though. And there are defensive Marines here, too. So that's super bad news. Zealots, huffing it. Going to try to kill some things. Suppose. NightEnD finally pushing into this top left-hand corner, which I feel like he could have done 5 minutes ago, but decided not to. Ghost coming into this bottom right-hand corner versus cannons. Not usually a fight you want to see. Zealots going after these supply depots. Oh, and he's calling down a nuke with a Liberator protecting him. This is going to get off. The probes are retreating very smartly. NightEnD, even though he's mostly focusing on the other side of the map, saw this coming. And another base goes down for ArchangeL. His 6th base is gone. Zealots finally getting cleaned up here inside the natural base. Kind of insane, actually. This needed to be the case. Pushing in. I think NightEnD might have this thing, ladies and gents. It is not looking good for ArchangeL. 161 supply to 198 total here. Top left-hand corner base. Yes, it's Planetary Fortress, but the entire army of NightEnD is here. ArchangeL trying to hold the middle. Got a poor medevac trying to heal up everybody by herself. Planetary Fortress is gone. All these SCVs running to their deaths as the AI tells them to do. And down 15 SCVs, 43 to 46 Harvesters. NightEnD is not doing that well himself, as it turns out, but he does have this extra base Oh, there's a Liberator murdering all of his stuff. Alrighty then. Another nuke in this bottom right-hand corner. ArchangeL just trying to slow down this Protoss juggernaut right now when it comes to economy. And there we go. Nuke lands, taking out a cannon, doing some damage to this Nexus, but not a whole ton. Not a whole ton. Alright, here we go. NightEnD. Time to push in. Let's do this thing. Stalkers in the front. Everybody fully upgraded. Liberator. Nope. Just a lot of these things are injured, is what I'm noticing here. For the ArchangeL. He does have this base on the right side, but effectively it's one mining base right now for ArchangeL compared to 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Technically 4 for NightEnD. This income should reflect that. Yeah, about 1,200 for ArchangeL. What the heck? Mules, you guys, they're really good. 1,200 for ArchangeL compared to 800 for NightEnD. I mean, I guess this isn't really mining all that much. This one's not really mining all that much. It could be mining, I suppose, is what I'm counting here. That's compared to what's actually mining. Just being very patient is the NightEnD. 162 to 90, 196 total supply. And again, this is just such an eclectic build. We've got Medivacs, Vikings, Marines, Marauders, Ghosts, Liberators, Vikings. Did I say the ones? I feel like I said that one already. More Vikings joining the party. Another nuke coming on in here. Stalkers trying to harass ArchangeL's base that's on his side of the map very annoyingly. And NightEnD pushing on through, storming on all of those Vikings, just absolutely burning them out of the sky, doing very well for themselves. Are these Tempests? Don't have any attack or armor upgrades, but shield upgrade pretty good. Going for it up this ramp. EMPs getting tossed down. Storms on everybody too. The Vikings trying to join the party, but the Blanket Storms are so good. So dang good right now. NightEnD pulling back. Pulling back, waiting for his shields to come back, waiting for energy to restore once again, but it's 193 to 146 total supply. Nuke attempts trying to bait NightEnD into this. Oh no, no. Is he gonna get it? Is he gonna nuke his own self is the question here. He needs NightEnD to come in here. But no, everybody too smart except for this observer, who does get wasted by that nuke. NightEnD from the left side, storms on everything. Particle disruptor shots from the Stalkers blinking forward. Colossus murdering everything on the ground. And suddenly, that is it for ArchangeL. He is with the rage quit. He is gone. And NightEnD is your victor. Wow. What an absolutely insane game. Just an insane game between these two players. Really, really fun stuff. 32 minutes and 33 seconds on that. Mwah. In the end, Terran player lost, is that 69,000 resources? 69,800 resources compared to 45,000 for NightEnD. Just incredibly cost-efficient play from the Protoss player today. At Ryan did lose 8 Colossus, 75 Zealots, 55 Probes, 66 Stalkers, 12 High Templar, 2 bases, and 22 cannons. ArchangeL ended up losing 48 SCVs, 77 Vikings, are you kidding? 29 Liberators, 91 Marauders, 161 Marines, 36 Ghosts is a ton of Ghosts. I mean, that was nuts. Yeah, but in the end, that engagement went NightEnd's way. APM for these players on average 313 for ArchangeL, 331 for NightEnD. That is why they are GM. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.